Well, my life before Jesus was, it was good in a lot of different senses. I'm very fortunate in a lot of different ways. I've been quite gifted with my career, but I was never really fully happy, always looking for something better.
Before Jesus, I was a crack cocaine addict. I was usually homeless. I would use everybody around me, and I felt like the world owed me something.
I was never mean, but I always did what was best for me and not what was best for others. And ultimately, that led to a lot of misery, because as humans, we usually make the wrong decision. And so that's what my life was like before Jesus.
Well, before Jesus, I guess I was kind of a bit of a redneck. Did a lot of drinking, a little bit into drugs, swore a lot, and a bit of a womanizer, I guess, in my own right. But yeah, that's kind of it.
My life before Jesus was a very dark place. I think the best way I could describe it is I felt like I was in a manhole, and every time I tried to come up for air, so to speak, I felt like I was being pushed down further.
The turning point took place about 2 years ago. I was engaged at the time. We had two little boys, about 3 years old. They were twin boys, Nicholas and Benjamin, and we separated. I left my fiance, and I changed careers and got involved in some other relationships that weren't working out so well, and through it all, I just kind of hit rock bottom. That's where God met me.
The turning point for me was 3.5 years ago. I was deep in my addiction. I was pregnant, and I cried out to God. And I believe it was then that He started working in my life, even though I wasn't aware of it.
In 2005, I went to a funeral of my very good friend's nephew. Was 16 years old, and he died. And I came here to First Baptist Church to his funeral. And as I was sitting there, I thought, this family knows that this child who is a Christian is with the Lord. And I just felt overwhelmed that if something happened to my children that day, one of my children, I wouldn't know where they went. And so I just had this overwhelming realization that I had to come back.
I had a brother-in-law that was dying of leukemia, rapid leukemia, and he wanted to get baptized before he died. And as I seen my brother-in-law, how he faced his death, the strength with which he did it. He was quite a religious man, so I thought there had to be something to this. I got to look into this and know more about it.
I just got to a place where I just didn't want to live anymore. I went through a bad marriage breakdown, and I started to self-medicate with alcohol and drugs, and I just lost my self-will, my self-respect, my self-worth, everything. And I had everything. Like I've been the wealthy, successful alcoholic mom, that looks good on the outside, but on the inside is dying. I almost killed myself with alcohol, and I just said that, I don't know what else to do. And so if you're not going to let me die, then you have to help me live, because I don't know how to.
Life is great. You know what? Life is wonderful. I find the more that I search for God, the deeper I dig, the more peace I find. I guess the best way to explain it is it's peace, it's rest. I'm happier with myself.
My life today is I'm free from a 23-year addiction from crack, as long as I stay focused on God. I no longer carry the burdens of the terrible things that I did to others and myself. I have a freedom in Jesus Christ. I'm a living example. Without Him, I could never and would never have changed.
My life today is night and day from what it was before. I'm remarried. In a Christian marriage, 2 of my 3 children are baptized. I was baptized a year after I started coming back to church. And the Lord is in charge of everything that I do. And so my life is filled with joy. It's not perfect by any means because we still live here, but I think of other people more than myself. And I try to be the best version of myself that I can be.
I hardly drink at all anymore. A lot of people have noticed a big change in me. I don't swear as much as I used to swear and stuff like that. And drinking and drugs are just a thing of the past. And seen some mighty miracles happen through prayer. And now I'm convinced that that's how you get things done. Is you pray, and if He's listening, and you've got something legitimate, He's going to work with you.
I am the most authentic person I've ever could be. I am the Annette that I think I never was, but always wanted to be. I no longer use people and love material things. I'm the exact opposite. I live for my kids and for life and to smile and to help people, and it's just. I like doing good things.
5 people, 5 different stories. Each story dramatic, but true. Each life a testimony to the reality that Jesus did not stay in the grave, but came alive again and left the tomb that first Easter Sunday so many years ago.
I think the resurrection is this wild belief that you can leave behind a thoroughly broken, ruined, cursed life and experience resurrection, experience new life when the Spirit of God meets the flesh of simple man again and something uniquely of the Spirit is born. And I think that that's what the resurrection is, but I think more than that, I think that's what Christianity is fundamentally. It is about this belief in new life and new creation.